TikTok infinite money glitch is actually just crime.
Y'all, I want to hit that Chase place so bad right now, bro. I'm seeing people, my close friends, going up 20, 30K, running it up on Chase. What your sign say?
You got Chase? You got Chase?
It's a bad idea. Imagine you're scrolling through TikTok and suddenly there's a dude talking about an infinite money glitch. Now your first thought might be, is this guy for real? Or is this just another get-rich-quick scheme? Well, one thing's for sure, this is not your typical internet scam. In fact, it's straight up crime.
You said everything was a go, bro. Like, you know how much trouble you got me? Look, like they calling me right now, bro.
This new TikTok trend has people posting their attempts to exploit a supposed glitch in the Chase Bank ATMs that offer infinite free money. But before we start planning our own bank account heist, let's get one thing straight. A bank and its money are not so easily parted. So what went down? A group of devious TikTokers filmed themselves depositing fake checks into their accounts, tricking Chase Bank's ATMs into giving them cash that didn't belong to them. Imagine people lined up outside Chase Banks thinking they found this secret hack. The glitch allowed these checks to show up as pending deposits, letting people withdraw money before the check actually cleared. It's like finding out there's a loophole in a game and suddenly everyone is exploiting it. But of course, this isn't a game. It's real money, real banks, and they don't play around. Experts quickly pointed out these glitches, showcasing it as one of the oldest scams in the book. Check fraud. I mean, seriously, check fraud? This is what's going viral? We've been doing this since the days of black and white TV. Let me ask you, do you really think a major bank like Chase wouldn't catch on? Spoiler alert, they did. And the results were, let's just say, not worth the TikTok fame. So what were the consequences of this? Well, let's paint the picture. Imagine you just hit your ATM thanks to your local scam artist putting you on some game on TikTok. You're out here doing money spreads until you get paper cuts. And then when you go to log into your Chase Bank, it suddenly shows a negative $40,000. How do you even begin to explain to your friends, and better yet yourself, what went down? The issue is these weren't small amounts either. Some people were looking at debt of tens of thousands of dollars, and in extreme cases, up to hundreds of thousands of dollars for this scam. One user posted deductions labeled ATM deposit error, totaling nearly $40,000. Another one completely oblivious to the fact that they were committing a crime. Little did they know, all the while cruising with their boys, heads sticking out the car window, waving their Chase cards in celebration. For a brief moment, these people genuinely believed that they found the ultimate loophole. But unfortunately, the financial giant Chase Bank wouldn't let their joy go for too long. Nope, they quickly fixed the bug and started clawing back every cent. Accounts were locked, funds were reversed, and suddenly, these would-be millionaires were faced with some serious, bleak bank statements. And that's just the financial side. Legally, many of these people could be facing charges, all the way from misdemeanors to felonies, depending on how much money they managed to scramble out. The reality is, banks are not your piggy bank, and there's no, oops, my bad, when it comes to committing fraud. Now, you may be sitting at home thinking, are people actually doing this? Like, surely no one is watching TikTok. You already know where I'm going with this, right? Absolutely. The trend took off like wildfire. So much, in fact, lines were forming outside Chase Bank in places like New York City, full of hopefuls looking for cash on this so-called viral glitch. Imagine the scene, crowds of people, some probably still in their pajamas, waiting for their turn at the ATM, all for the chance to test out this infinite money glitch. You know, to be honest, this looks like straight out of a comedy movie. Except instead of a punchline, everyone got hit with that fraud charge. The thing is, social media has this way of making illegal activities seem like trendy life hacks. These aren't no loopholes, glitches, they're crimes. There's nothing trendy about finding yourself in some legal hot water. What's wild is how fast people bought into it. Videos of people flaunting their free cash quickly flooded TikTok, making it look like everyone and their mom was winning big as you were sitting there, broke out of your mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. But let's remember, this isn't monopoly money. This is real cash from banks, that federal paper, and the banks are paying attention and keeping tabs. Now, why would someone do this? Aside from the free money, obviously the free money, but let's be a little more sophisticated. There's no way someone watching this would actually know the charges of committing check fraud. You cannot tell me a reasonable person could look at the damages of check fraud and think, you know what, I'll risk it. Surely they did not do an expected value calculation, thinking of what is the probability of me getting caught for it to be worth it. What is that exact number? I like how some of these totals are very specific in order to look a little bit less suspicious. But if we look beyond this, it's also about this pervasive idea that somehow, somewhere, there's an easy way out of financial woes. Something that lets you skip the daily grind and jump straight to the good life. It's no wonder people are quick to jump to trends like this. But here's the kicker. These schemes never end well. Financial expert Jim Wang explained that these Chase glitch videos are essentially people tricking themselves into thinking they found a magical ATM. And when Chase caught wind of this, they were quick to shut it down, leaving those who fell on their face in massive, okay, maybe skip this. So next time you're tempted by a TikTok hack, ask yourself, is there jail time behind me doing this? If the answer is possibly yes, I would consider you to rethink your decision. Okay, we went over the consequences, but how does this actually work? Here's the gritty detail. The infinite money glitch involves writing yourself a big fat check. Think hundreds of thousands of dollars for this example. The only thing is, this check is completely bogus. No, this isn't the check that Jim Carrey wrote himself years later. This check is not based in reality. You deposit it via mobile bank or straight into an ATM, and for a short window, the bank system credits your account before the check actually clears. During this finite window of time, people were rushing to withdraw as much cash as possible, essentially trying to cash out before the bank caught on. But Chase isn't your buddy who loans you $5 for lunch and forgets about it. They're a multi-billion-dollar institution, and they're keeping track of everything. Experts like Jim Wang and Austin Allred have been quick to call out the dangers of this trend. Allred summed it up perfectly. It's literally just committing check fraud. And if you thought the consequences weren't so harsh for people who took a couple $100,000, imagine how Chase is going to react when they see their counts suddenly ballooned by thousands or even millions due to this scam. If you guessed they wouldn't be happy, well, you'd be right. Chase quickly identified the issue, labeled it as fraud, and took action. Some participants are now reporting huge negative balances, with their accounts locked and their dreams of easy cash crushed. It's like the ultimate game of gotcha, except the stakes of your financial future and possibly your freedom are on the line. But hey, don't worry. If you're one of the few who managed to cash out without immediate consequences, you've probably just bought yourself a ticket to long-term headache. You might get hit with crippling debt, have your credit ruined, or even end up in illegal action against you. And here's a fun fact, check fraud can be classified as either a misdemeanor or felony. That is one scary coin toss. To be honest, it depends on the amount. If it's over 500, well, you're looking at some felony charges. It's a potentially life-altering mistake. And if the debts get sent to collections, you can kiss that credit score goodbye. Imagine explaining to the future employer, landlord, or even a date the reason that your credit is shot because you couldn't resist a TikTok scam. Yikes. Now let's look aside from the legal troubles. There's a practical side. The bank wants its money back, and they're not going to be patient about it. Some Chase customers have reported that their accounts were hit with massive negative balances, suggesting that it's possible to withdraw tens of thousands of dollars. However, those claims are not true. And one thing's clear, the bank has every intention of getting the money back. And they've got the means to do it. Whether that's freezing your account, placing holds on future deposits, or dragging you into court. So before you think about pulling your own money glitch, maybe ask yourself, is it worth it? But this wasn't the only unfortunate thing to happen. In fact, there was a lady in Arizona who passed away at her desk while working for Wells Fargo. And it took not one, not two, not three, but 4 days for someone to find her. Yikes. If you want more details on that story, consider watching this video right here. I'll see you there.